Let's talk about event planning strategies to supersize and grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. And I was going to talk specifically about the event planning business, how to build a resilient event planning business. And I realized, of course, that these strategies apply to any business. And so my first question is, do you do events? Have you held, do you have events both internally and externally for your business to increase your brand recognition, to appreciate your customers, to appreciate your employees? I've had to plan literally hundreds of events for the different businesses that I've owned over the course of my career and lifetime so far. I remember one of my first, my second job out of college in corporate America was the only woman in an entirely male dominated business and industry. There was me and one other secretary with the same name. She was the receptionist. I don't know. I guess we still called her a secretary back then, but she was a receptionist, and she was the assistant to the plant manager in the plant that I was in. Otherwise, all men. We had one woman in the press room, and we had, and she started after I did, and then we had us, the two Sharons, and it was interesting to say the least. But I learned a lot at that company and at that business. But the first thing that our vice president had me do as my first responsibility for that business was to plan the employee day, when everybody comes to work and you have a big picnic and a big party and a big walk through the plant for all of the employees and their families. So it was a huge event. It involves thousands of people, and it was the first big event like that that I had ever planned, which when it came to planning my wedding a year or so later, that seemed like a piece of cake. I also learned about how to delegate a lot of the things that I didn't need to have my hands on personally running a big project like that. But event planning can come up in all different ways, shapes, and forms for us and for our business. And they're an incredibly powerful way to share our brand, share what we do, share our core values, share who we are as a business and an entity, and how we want to interact with our employees, our team members, with our communities, and with the people that help us to build and create the business that we want to create in the world. So there's some strategies that we can use to make sure our events, whether we're in an event planning business or just a business that holds and plans events for us, that we do a great job on that. The first thing we need to do is we need to know and have a deep understanding of our industry and our business, also of our customers and what their expectations are, what they want, what would be helpful to them with respect to an event. And you can do this in a really good way. You can do it in a really bad way. Sometimes we plan events and we think they're going to have one outcome, but they have the exact opposite outcome on the people that we hold the events for. I think of parties in different corporate situations that were held to celebrate different things that ended up causing more division in the organization, in the culture, than actually bringing people together. But you need a deep understanding of those things, the competitive landscape, what's going on out there, client expectations. What do people expect? What do our customers want? What do our vendors want from us? What does the community want from us, etc.? Then we want to build a strong brand identity. We need people to know what we stand for and that we're behaving congruently and consistently on our core values and on the things that are important to us as a business. We want to leverage technology for efficiency whenever we're planning an event. There are incredible event management softwares now, and there's just incredible softwares and technology to help us do just about everything we need to do in our business, with the exception of a couple of things that I recommend you always keep your finger on or in your business. Those are financing, money. You got to know what's going on with the money in your business, because there are plenty of people or plenty of entities that will take advantage of your business and can destroy with the click of a computer button nowadays. So we have to keep our finger on the pulse of that, and also on the overarching vision, purpose, principles, mission, core values of our businesses as we grow and build and supersize them, so we maintain that throughout our various growth stages. We want to use online collaborative event software and tools, or online collaborative tools. We want to use virtual event software and tools as well. The days of actually only having just physical events are, I would say, almost over. COVID did a great service. And I think it's a great service to many of us in that we can now hold virtual events that are less expensive, more convenient for our customers because they don't have to travel to our events, and just as powerful, if not more powerful, in terms of the results and the KPIs and the things we want to accomplish, our objectives we want to accomplish with those events, as in-person events. Now, I still personally love in-person events because there's nothing like a true face-to-face, look somebody in the eye, hear their voice, tone of voice, body language, and you get some of that through video, but not 100%. But we need to be embracing that technology and those tools. We need to develop comprehensive marketing strategies for email, for SEO, for content marketing, for social media marketing, for networking. We need to have plans for all of those things in place for our business. And that will help us when it comes time to filling our events or having different events. We want to always develop exceptional customer service. I think if I could tell people one thing that can help them supersize their business more than anything is listen to your customers, listen to the feedback, act on the feedback, figure out what you are and are not doing wrong in their eyes, because that is where your opportunities lie. So listen to your customers. Personalization is huge right now, and email marketing makes that easy. Have clear communication, be open, authentic, trustworthy, pay attention to detail, be a problem-solving organization. I actually learned, I've always felt that way, but I was reading a book for my grandchildren, because I have very spirited grandchildren, called The Spirited Child, and they talk, I can't remember the author's name, it's on my Kindle, but I forget, but she talks often about being a problem-solving family. We need to be problem-solving organizations. We need to focus on the solving part, not on the problem part. You want to find the root cause and solve it immediately. But the faster we can get from focusing on the problem to focusing on the solution, the faster the solution is implemented then comes. And that is true with our customer service. We need to be a problem-solving customer service organization. And it's everybody in the organization's job to focus on serving our customers to the best of our ability. We want to build strong vendor relationships. What business does not need to have strong vendor relationships? Even if you're outsourcing everything, guess what? Outsourcing companies are vendors to your core business. We want to be able to adapt to market changes. Again, I can't think of a market that isn't changing all the time. It's either improving and growing, expanding, or it's contracting and losing ground. And if you're in one of those industries, you need to pay even more attention to the market changes. We want to do market research. We want to have innovation. We want to have flexibility. And then finally, financial management and sustainability, budgeting, pricing strategies, financial monitoring. And I guess with respect to finances, when I said what I said earlier, you have to monitor what's going on with your finances. You might not be doing anything detail oriented, but you got to keep your finger on the pulse of what's going on with your business financially. And then contingency planning. We've talked about all these things, but they're things that any business needs to consider all the time, especially when we're putting something, and really an event is a product, right? It's just a product project that we're creating. And so we follow the same guidelines for doing that as we do any other project. All right, that's all I've got today. Again, my question for you is, do you do events for your business? Have you ever done an event for your business? And how do you define an event? Because an event can be a corporate meeting, a family picnic, appreciation dinner, etc. All right, have an awesome day. I'm obviously tired after a very long week and weekend. If I can help you anyway, ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow.